actions need to be taken to turn the economy around and stabilize the dollar?
I see the answer to that question as a two-part answer. We have to cut taxes for the business community, across the board tax cuts, income tax, individual income tax, corporate income tax, capital gains tax. That will drive the economy forward. The other part of the equation is to cut government spending. I feel that government spending can be cut perhaps 2 or 3% across the board, just eliminating programs, reducing the size of government, reducing congressional staffs, modifying congressional pensions. All of these things can be cut. The average person, the average small business person, has had to sacrifice an incredible amount over the last 2 or 3 years. I think government's got to set the example. They have to sacrifice also. So it's a two-part solution. It's cutting taxes and cutting government spending.
Oh, that's a perfect lead into this one. I'm sure you've heard about all the entitlements we have in this country and how many people say that they are bankrupting us. Do you agree with that? Do you think it is politically possible to undo those entitlements, and what course would you recommend to undo it?
Great question. I think that the entitlements have to be scaled back to the reality of what government is taking in on a revenue basis. I'm a firm believer in balanced budgets, and if the money isn't coming in, the actual entitlement benefits have to be scaled back so that the budget stays in balance.
And how politically would you go about doing this?
I think
is it even possible?
It's possible, Tim. The person who makes those hard decisions, if Congress is willing to make those hard decisions, they're going to take some heat. But that's where courage comes in, the courage to do the right thing. I think they have to be done in order to keep the budget in balance and not balloon the deficit any more than what we've got now.
Do you have a course of action concerning this, and how exactly would you go about it? Because keep in mind that there are a lot of people who are relying on them, and there are a lot of plans as to how to save these entitlements or undo them. What's your plan?
Specifically for Social Security, people are living longer. It may be that the age of receiving Social Security has to be adjusted, or the actual monthly benefit has to be adjusted to conform to the reality of what we have. It's not a popular answer, but we have to keep Social Security solvent, and it may mean that people have to wait 6 months or a year later to collect. It may mean that their monthly benefit is slightly less than what they expected, but it has to be done in order to keep everything in balance.
Thank you.
What do you believe the federal government's role is regarding the Second Amendment?
I'm a member of the NRA. I firmly believe in the right to own firearms. The Constitution provided for that right in the Second Amendment, and our founders understood that the militia, or what we would call the police force today, can't be everywhere at once. And people had the right to own firearms to protect their family and their property. So I strongly support the Second Amendment.
What are your thoughts regarding the Patriot Act?
The Patriot Act was a response to the 9/11 attacks, and because of the world we live in today, I'm in basic agreement with the substance of the Patriot Act.